Hello, everyone. Welcome to Just the Five of Us podcast. This is Joe here. It has been several years, but we are going to bring back the Just the Five of Us podcast. Everyone is a little more grown now, but we are going to start it off with a book that we wrote based off of our real life events that happened during the 2020 COVID shutdown from that spring through the fall. This will be the first of many books in the series, The Real Life Adventures of Gianna and Sal. I'm going to read an excerpt of the book right here. If you are interested in the book, feel free to click on the link that will be in the description. The book is available for purchase in paperback on Amazon for $9.99. You can also buy it as an ebook for $3.99, or if you do have Kindle Unlimited, you can read it was part of your subscription for free. So I'm going to read you an excerpt of the book. I hope that you like it. This is Gianna and Sal, the Big Payback Plan, book that we wrote based off of real life events in our life that started during the 2020 COVID shutdown. From the back of the book, when Gianna's feet grow so big overnight, everything goes sideways. With the big ballet recital coming up fast, the only solution is a brand new pair of sparkly dance shoes, shoes that cost more than Dad's first bicycle. Enter Sal, armed with a clipboard, a pricing sheet, and absolutely no shame. He launches Sal Enterprises, a chore-for-hire business complete with premium rates, a button as currency, and big dreams of a Nintendo Switch. Meanwhile, Gianna launches her own plan to earn every dollar back. What unfolds is a funny, touching story about brothers and sisters earning your own way and what it really means to have someone in your corner. So the excerpt from the book that I'm going to read, it is a 10-chapter read-along book, great for your kids ages 6 to 10. They can read along, read it as part of the family, read it themselves. The $20 Plan. The very next morning, a Sunday, Gianna came downstairs before breakfast with a pink notebook and a very serious expression. Dad was at the kitchen table drinking coffee at a speed that suggested he had not slept enough. Gianna slid the notebook across the table and sat down. Dad, can I help clean up breakfast? Well, we haven't had breakfast yet. I know, but afterwards, so I could get $1. Dad blinked. He put down his coffee. Sure. What are you planning? Gianna nodded firmly, the way people nod when they've already thought everything through. You spent all that money on my dance shoes, so I'm going to do chores so I can pay you back. Dad turned his coffee mug slowly in his hands. Wait, Dad said. Who's going to pay you for the chores? Gianna said, You are. Then Dad replied, Then what? Gianna smiled, the smile of someone explaining something so obvious to someone slow. Then I collect a whole bunch of dollars, like 20. Then I give it to you. Dad set the mug down. Dad said, So I bought you shoes. Then I pay you to do chores. Then you give the money back to me? Gianna said, Yes. So you'll have all the money to buy us stuff. Dad replied, I'm going to pay you so you can pay me so I can buy you stuff? Gianna said, Exactly. You'll have $20. Dad laughed so hard he nearly knocked his coffee over. Sal appeared from around the corner of the kitchen doorway, where he had clearly been standing for quite some time. Dad asked, How long have you been there? Sal replied, Since the fork part. Dad said, I didn't say anything about forks. Sal said, I was there before the fork part. Dad decided not to pursue this. Sal wanted to help too. Gianna said, You can be the vice president. Sal climbed up on the chair with great dignity. Vice president of what? Gianna said, Chores Incorporated. That's the name of my business. Sal considered this for a moment, then accepted. What does the vice president do? Gianna said, You help me with chores. And then I get paid? Gianna said, Yes, a fair share. Sal looked at Dad. Dad gave a slow, encouraging nod. Sal said, I'm saving for a Nintendo Switch. Dad said, A Nintendo Switch costs around $300. Sal absorbed this information. His face went through several stages. 300? Roughly, Dad said. Then I need a lot of chores. Gianna told him, You need to help me with a lot of chores. I'm the president. Sal accepted this with a business-like nod and said, For now. Gianna looked at him. Dad looked at both of them and decided this particular comment could be examined another time. So that's an excerpt from the real-life adventures of Gianna and Sal, Big Payback Plan, 10 chapters, read along, great for ages 6 to 10. Again, it is available on Amazon. I will leave the link in the description of this podcast. Available in paperback, ebook, or as part of your Kindle Unlimited subscription if you have one. This is the first. We will be back with the Just the Five of Us podcast. We've updated our Facebook page, our YouTube channel. Feel free to visit us everywhere. Leave us a comment on our socials. We'll be happy to reply. I'm Joe, and we will see you back here shortly with more content on the Just the Five of Us podcast. Have a good one.